Good morning, everyone. Today I've got flopping absolutely nothing to do but watch TV shows and whatever. So today we're watching The Pyramid at the End of the World and The Lie of the Land. I just saw Max and he's run away. I wonder if he'll meet up with me. Today I just felt like, oh, let me type in Doctor Who missing. And it came up with this one day ago. These incredible people have done so much research. Just to, this is the Feast of Stephen. The one episode that is like so lost that apparently it's never coming back, but I still don't believe that. I don't tend to do the usual meditation. I tend to do that on a walk. And every time I do a walk now, apparently I get some new amazing download. And I've had this thing at the back of my mind, kind of like, oh, you have to fake it until you make it, because that's what a lot of law of attraction people say you have to do. But I would much rather live my life authentically. If I have to live the rest of my life 60 years, I want to just drop the act. I'm like, for instance, Doctor Who, since, I just showed you, that manifest. It's not a coincidence. Feast of Stephen, for example, is lost. It's time I stop, it's found. The amount of affirmations in my head. No, we have to do it this way. We have to go authentic here. I know that the 3D is implying that the Feast of Stephen is lost, but that will not stop me from getting it. It's this kind of mindset I need to have. I've been living my life in an inauthentic way. I had to pause there because I can't say it faster. And it's time I just sort of just flip that on its head and just go okay, this is the way things are for now. My soulmate wise, I have absolutely no knowledge on who she is, what day she's going to turn up and things, but I'm pretty confident that, we'll meet and everything will go amazing because, I've been doing research and, the 3D is literally just a reflection of you. And if you've got insecurities in a relationship where why does she pick me and not that person, or she'll go for that person who's more successful, who looks better and stuff just absolutely conquer your insecurities and know your worth. Know that you are incredibly important. I made the decision today. I would much rather live authentically and not successfully manifest these things instead of just doing it in a way that's really inauthentic. I'm putting on an act for my entire life and I get the episodes and stuff that way. I can't do it. It's not fun. It always brings me into this thing where where are these episodes? I want them, that kind of thing. And now I'm doing this thing where yesterday I kind of nearly lost my mind trying to live at the end. Literally, if I am at the end, then what is motivating me to do anything? And I have fallen in love with the idea of having things that are still yet to come to me. That is what motivates me. And I look forward to all these Doctor Who missing episodes eventually turning up. I don't care if it takes flipping 50 years for all of them to turn up. They will turn up. Or at least I will live the rest of my life that way with hope. And it's absolutely no coincidence that when I'm just actually at peace with I'm happy to have all these things to look forward to instead of longing for it, and instead of but why is it not here yet? I want it now. I'm living life in that kind of car journey where the universe is the driver and I'm in the passenger seat. I'm basically trying not to take control, but I'm not exactly stopping myself from scrolling on YouTube now. And clearly leaving behind YouTube as a whole is probably not the way to do it, because I literally just got Feast of Stephen recreated. The sets got recreated by fans, and that's the closest I've been to being able to actually watch the original Feast of Stephen. So that's exciting stuff. I'm scrolling on YouTube, giving the universe the opportunity to bring stuff into my life, but I'm not obsessing over it. That's the healthiest way to do this. And I've found that I'm genuinely living with a lot less fear, if at all, where I used to be so attached to the idea like, oh, but I want it today. Basically, I'm going to be on this earth for like 50, 60, 70 years. So what is the point in trying to rush my way through things? I kind of want to skip ahead through the filler content, or so it may seem like filler content. But it's actually building me up to be like this, where I'm actually very satisfied with no matter what I'm given. Because if everything was given to me immediately, I would still have to eventually take on this problem with, being unable to live with the current circumstances. Once I can make peace with that, and I feel I have done, now I can just live the rest of my life in peace. I previously thought that the idea was to take my mind off these things, but I've realized that I'm going to live to the rest of my life in this way with all these things ahead of me. Past, I don't care anymore, past, present and future. No matter how many times I try and tell myself that all of time happens at once, I just can't believe it. Clearly, there's a past, present and future. Maybe the past can't actually harm you anymore if you decide, that was a different timeline, that kind of thing. But, there's clearly a future. I was always going to just live life like this, where, stuff is going to happen to me in the future and all that. That's how I live at the end. That is literally how I live at the end. And, I need to stop overthinking that. Clearly, the Feast of Stephen set getting recreated painstakingly with little to no information after I was literally looking for, anything Doctor Who missing wise. Like, I didn't avoid it and it turned up. So it's just, you're supposed to plant seeds. You're supposed to give your attention to things that you actually want. And you just have to end up, when you've planted a flower, you're not going to obsess over I want it to grow now. Like, that's not going to be productive. You're not going to ruin your mental health over growing a flower, are you? So you're just going to plant the seed. You're going to water it over time. That's like me giving my attention to the things that I want. And then you move on with life, really. I mean, you're not always going to just avoid it. It's gonna be on your mind, and then you're gonna be like, just as long as it's not bringing you negative energy, let it bring you whatever energy you actually want to get from it. For me, in the Doctor Who missing episodes right now, maybe I still have a little bit of negative energy, like, it would be amazing if they turned up today, but I have this kind of expectation at this point where, I don't really expect them to turn up today, but, they could. But I'm not doing it in a way where I'm actually, literally losing my mind. Previously, I got so obsessed and so attached to the idea of these episodes turning up that I literally just couldn't see the positives of going forward in my life without the manifests. But turns out, you just focus on what you've actually got access to. That video, the Feast of Stephen sets recreated. I'm going to grab that and go, heck yeah, we'll ride the momentum of that and get Feast of Stephen back. We'll get Marco Polo back. The Reign of Terror. I could go on and on and on, listing every lost story Doctor Who-wise. They are currently lost, and I'm finally just being genuine now. Not that I was intentionally inauthentic, but, now I'm just like, okay, the 3D literally is implying that all of this stuff is lost right now because I lack the knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes, and that's okay. Because, at any time, you could just search Doctor Who missing and find what you're looking for. You can apply this to any manifest you actually want to do, so... If you have a desire for it, you're meant to be with it. You just have to live life as if you've already got it. And maybe me going like, oh, these things will turn up is in contradiction to that. But that's how I live anyways, even when I've got it. So, you know, that's the answer. We just continue living like this and, you know, attract anything we want. Because, you know, it doesn't matter about the Doctor Who missing episodes and stuff, really. Because, you know, once all of those turn up, I'll just move on to something else. It's just the latest thing that I'm trying to manifest. Not just trying, but it's going to turn up eventually, even if I keep getting it wrong. So I can't be stopped. I really can't. Unless I'm actively sabotaging myself by being too attached. Well then, I forgot to record this last night, so if you got this far, put a vault in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, leave a like and subscribe. Anyways, I love you all, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!